Grand Rising, good people. Eric Taylor, BigEAstrology. Astro-Weather weekend for July 11th, 12th, 13th, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Did you enjoy that Capricorn full moon? And we got coffee talk this weekend? Let's talk about it. Aquarius, Pisces, moon. Hey, how you doing? Well, a little later today, 11 a.m. Pacific, 2 p.m. Eastern, so good afternoon. Kind of busy this morning and feeling a little sluggish. Finally got some decent sleep last night, but still had to get up early. And I hadn't slept for like 3 days, dealing with this since Uranus entered Gemini, to be honest, since Monday. So how are you feeling with this new energy? Uranus trining Pluto, Uranus in Gemini, the Capricorn full moon. There's a lot going on with the Schumann resonance. The light codes coming in, really walking into a new reality, a new earth. Hopefully you did some goal setting, put out your crystals, moon water. I forgot the moon water, but put out the crystals. But we did some goal setting as a family. You know, it's about building this legacy. The Capricorn moon finished up like a little bit after 10 a.m. Pacific. Starting, close to 11 a.m. Pacific and 2 p.m. Eastern, we have the Aquarius moon. So that's what time we'll be looking at, 11 a.m. Pacific, 2 p.m. Eastern for Friday. And the Aquarius moon is at 0 degrees. So you're going to have an Aquarius Pisces moon weekend. So it'll be Friday, Saturday, most of Sunday. And then the Pisces moon will come in and I'll be live probably during the Pisces moon, like around 8 p.m. Eastern, Sunday night. So, I love the Aquarius moon, especially for Coffee Talk. So you could still sign up for Coffee Talk. And I have my third tribe meeting tonight for all my tribe people, Knowledge is Love tribe. And you can join, whether it's $5 a month or $18 a month. And that will change. The prices will go up on the fall equinox. So you definitely want to join. It's going to go from 5 to 9 and probably from 18 to 23 or 25, just trying to find that right number. But, our community is growing. The meetings are awesome. We've got different programs and different things for the tribe members. I think next Sunday night, we're going to have like a tarot lesson and tarot readings. So you want to be a part of the Knowledge is Love tribe community. www.community.BigEAstrology.com. And Cancer birth chart sales still rocking. Cancer, Sun, Moon, Risings. Holla at your boy. Natal, birth chart, solar return or secondary progression. Either 206 or 305. Just took care of a couple Cancer chart readings. And happy birthday to you Cancers out there. A lot of Cancer family members I have. So, this Capricorn moon was nice. We're still in the energy of it, so just stay kind of chill. Don't overreact emotionally. With this Capricorn moon just coming off the 29th degree, and it's going into Aquarius, it is going to be immediately at 2 p.m. Eastern, trining Uranus and conjunct Pluto, and in the sextile to Saturn and Neptune. So this is really being in the flow with communication and travel and technology, right? The president is visiting Texas. Maybe they're going to figure out how to better be able to notify people with sirens and different things like that, right? There's talks of tariffs with Canada and really even, helping Ukraine with more weapons. So there's just a lot going on. And hopefully, we haven't heard much about it, in terms of getting this ceasefire with Palestine and Hamas. So, maybe we'll get some more news. The stock market's down. There's going to be some big things coming up, I think, on the 14th or the 20th with crypto. Listen, you got to figure it out on your own. Do your research. But what I do know is we're going to be going to the digital currency. And it may happen overnight. And it may happen between now and the eclipses. And you may experience things where, the internet or partial blackouts, things can go down. But it's always faith over fear, and it's really nothing to stress, but you just want to be prepared. You want to have cash. You want to be into some, Ethereum, Bitcoin, or XRP, because XRP is what's going to really be taking off and will be the mechanism, XRP Ripple, to transfer funding and stuff like that. So let's get to the chart for the Astro-Weather weekend. I hope you come to Coffee Talk. It's this Saturday, tomorrow, July 12th at 12 p.m. noon Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific, 2 hours, $22. I'll be teaching a lesson on Mercury Retrograde for all 12 signs. And then the second hour, I'm going to do a blind birth chart reading for a Coffee Talk member. So, definitely you may want to offer up your birth chart. Okay, so let me know and we'll get that popping. All right, but let's get to the chart and let's talk about this Aquarius Pisces moon weekend. As we, earlier this morning, going into the early afternoon on the East Coast, say goodbye to this Capricorn moon. That's my moon, over Capricorn moon. And, whenever you have the Capricorn moon, you do look at Saturn and being in Aries, and it's really speaking about independence and sovereignty, right? Pushing through the restrictions and goal setting. Let's get to the chart. Astro-Weather weekend, BigEAstro. Forget about it, Friday, baby. July 11th, 7-Eleven. I remember I used to go to 7-Eleven down in Maryland, right down my dorm, Knox Road. Shout out to the Terps. Yo, Terps. So it's Cancer season. We'll be headed towards that third decan. And look, the Aquarius moon. Now, this is at 11 a.m. Pacific, 2 Eastern. It came in probably just about 30 minutes ago, around 1:30. Okay. So that means at 2, right, we are only going to move 5 more degrees. So it should finish up at 5 degrees East Coast, maybe 6 degrees West Coast for this Aquarius moon. So that means tomorrow at Coffee Talk, we should be at 11 or 12 degrees at 12 noon. So we'll see that chart. So what is it? Conjunct Pluto, right? The sextile, like I told you, the Saturn and Neptune in Aries. Okay. Remember the 13th on Sunday, Saturn goes retrograde. And September 1st, it'll go back, which I believe is Labor Day this year, will go back into Pisces. So that should be really interesting, especially if you're a Saturn Pisces people, and just for the mutable signs in terms of what healthy boundaries and different disciplines. It's like that final check and test. Did you do this? Have you implemented this? The Aquarius moon trining Uranus in Gemini. So that's the question. How you been doing with your nervous system, your stress, your anxiety? Have you been breathing? Are you receiving downloads in nature when you're going for walks or just a local drive or on the train or the bus or in an Uber or in a Waymo? Venus is pulling away, the conjunction. You'll still feel it. But Venus in Gemini is the socialite. It's very friendly and flirty. This is definitely like, oh my God, talking about this. A lot of input, output, arts, culture, entertainment. Oh, I'm going to the beach. I'm going to a concert this weekend. Sorry, I got to take a sip of my hot lemon water. You want to drink it while it's hot. I'm doing things out of order this morning. I had the tea first. Normally I start with the plain hot water, then the lemon water, then the soursop tea or whatever tea. The hot lemon water cleanses the liver. The hot water works on the intestines, okay? So Cancer Sun, happy birthday to my Cancer people. And we are, 19 degrees. The full moon yesterday, 18. So tomorrow, Saturday, starts the third final decan, the Cancer Pisces decan. These are the most intuitive and psychic Cancer people. And I would say, to be honest, they may be the most creative. These people love to be on film and photography. And although the Cancer Scorpio, they're into photography. The movies and film and creativity, a lot of stand-up comics have the Cancer Pisces decan, and so you want to tap into that. But, this is definitely a really, good energy. And, with the Jupiter in Cancer, kind of moving along. Jupiter is in the semi-sextile to Venus. Okay, we don't talk about that much in astrology. That's a smaller harmonic and aspect. But the Jupiter and Cancer, 7 degrees, that's a Libra degree. So there could be some legal things that come down today, even dealing with, like, oh, you heard Trump, really attacking Powell, that he's affecting the country. He wants the interest rate, knocked down 3 points. And I think the interest rate should be moved down, so we'll see. Probably won't happen till August or September, though. And maybe he does a full point instead of a half a point, So enjoy your Friday. Get out, be social. This is still a good energy to write down your goals and your dreams, to get with the pen and the pencil. I prefer the pencil, very beneficial to write, to tap into your emotions and coming off the energy of the full moon. And remember, you can feel the energy 2 weeks before, 2 weeks after, but the manifestation of what you're doing will happen at the Capricorn new moon, right? 6 months, 6 months later, Capricorn new moon. Okay, and you'll see that in early January. So we're at a good place right now. The retrogrades are coming in hot, and that's why you want to come to Coffee Talk to learn about the Mercury retrograde, because this is the first Mercury retrograde in our lifetimes with Uranus and Gemini, Pluto, Aquarius. We don't know this energy, so it's not the same Mercury retrograde, Lucy. Not even from the one a few months back. This one's hitting differently. Okay, and the next one's going to be different because it's in November, but I think it's after Uranus goes back into Taurus. So that's going to be interesting too. We'll talk about that one. That one's going to be mainly in Sagittarius. So enjoy Friday. My tribe members, I'll see you tonight, 8 p.m. Eastern. It's going to be a Stone Groove. And anybody else, you can join the community. I'll send you out the link, or hopefully you sign up for Coffee Talk. You can email me to volunteer your chart, even tribe members, eric@BigEAstro.com. Enjoy your Friday. Venus. I think I'll have some chocolate, but I'm going to tell you I cheated. I had some chocolate yesterday, but I should wait till Fridays. I'm going to start doing that. Try to only eat sweets on Fridays. Memo to Eric with Venus on the Ascendant. That's not easy. Big Astrology. Pew. Yo, Secret Saturday. 9 a.m. Pacific, 12 noon Eastern. This is the chart for Coffee Talk, where we will be rocking and rolling with a Virgo, and I'm a Virgo ascendant. So that's actually nice with the Mars and South Node there, right? Because we're talking about things from the past and initiating the analysis, right? Heavy mental. I'm Virgo Mars. It's logistics, problem solving in terms of reading charts for Coffee Talk. So I love that. And, this is interesting. Sorry. So the Aquarius moon. We'll finish up at, so I said it should be at like what? What did I say? 12 degrees? Yeah, there you go, 12 degrees. So we'll finish up at 18 on the East Coast, 19 on the West Coast. So then, it should be at like 25 Sunday morning. Okay. And whether it's 24 or 25, probably 25, that means we should get to the Pisces moon late night. Okay. Because we did have that Capricorn moon for a little bit on Friday. But this Aquarius moon, you're definitely going to feel Saturday, that feeling of freedom and liberation. Cancer, Pisces, you'll be tapped in terms of that decan, 20 degrees. The final decan of Pisces tapped in spiritually to the collective. And, some deep inner knowing. You're going to feel the energies. Like I said, Saturday or Sunday, you may want to take a bath, but this is Saturday. The Aquarius moon, the 12th degree, that's a Pisces degree. But the Aquarius moon, you can feel emotionally detached, but it is so ingenious. It's weird, bizarre, innovative. I told you at Coffee Talk, I collect Aquarius moons. They're brilliant people, you know what I mean? Definitely Saturn ruled, but it's got that modern Uranus energy that is like gonna push the envelope, where the Capricorn moon is not pushing the envelope. It's just like, move out the way, I'm working. The Aquarius moon is like, I am gonna break down and rebuild something different and better. I'm gonna innovate. I'm gonna be the rebel, the black sheep. I'm gonna push the envelope. So this is really a great energy. As we went to bed Friday night, I forgot to mention it's going to be trining the Venus in Gemini, which is now at 8 degrees. So you may have even felt that like around 1 p.m. Pacific or 3 or 4 a.m. You'd feel it before, but I mean exact. So if you're up late Friday night, you may feel that Aquarius moon trining Venus. That's good for relationships, maybe the first, date, you're meeting somebody you've been talking to online for a while and you're meeting for the first time. Listen, don't hate on or knock the internet love, computer love. I'm at wifey through match.com. We just celebrated 17 years. And then August 2nd will be our second anniversary of 17 years from our second wedding, which was the big wedding with everybody. The first one was just me, her, my oldest son, my stepson, and my mother-in-law, and my wife's stepfather. So, but it was great, and the pastor in Colorado at her church, little Baptist church in the mountains. The Pisces North Node has moved again. It's now 19 degrees. Remember, it's here to July 2026. It's kind of moving quick. It's going to slow down, but it seems like it's moving quickly. And we still got another year, right? July. So we still got another year for 19 degrees. So what is that, like 52 weeks, 12 months? It's like a degree, not a degree every month, but a degree every like month and a half. It's not every 2 months. So like a degree every month and a half. Basically. Okay. So you'll notice that Mercury in Leo is dancing and moving quickly right before it gets to the retrograde. You're already feeling this energy at 14 degrees. It's opposing the Aquarius moon. So this is where the analytical mind and the logical mind, still all the questions, right? All the fake news about, there's nothing here. There's no papers on Epstein, yada, yada, yada. Like, I don't want to get all into it, but, could it be cloak and dagger chess move, or is it just the same old whatever? They're going to keep things from us and we're never going to get to the truth about anything, and protecting powerful people. So, there's a lot of things coming up, a lot of protests, even on August 9th. Your People's Union, stuff like that. So just be mindful Saturday. Expand your mind and your consciousness, and definitely tap in and connect to people and groups. And Coffee Talk is about, groups, and really connecting over the internet. So it's really great. The chart is great to talk about the Mercury retrograde and this energy. And I'm excited, so make sure you come to Coffee Talk. BigEAstrology.com or Eric at BigEAstrology.com and offer up your birth chart. All right? Let's get to Sunday. And this is Saturday, July 12th. And the moon is at 12. 12, 12, 12, 12, 12 is a 3. Communication, 33333, 9, 369. Tesla. All right? I think his birthday was yesterday or the day before. Thanks to Stephen the Jupiterian for letting us know on the live last night. Biggie Astrology. Pew. Sleep on a Sunday is just a lazy afternoon. 25 degrees. So I told you we'd get to that Pisces moon. Late night though. So it will finish up at like 1 degrees East Coast, 2 degrees West Coast Pisces. Okay. So then, next week we'll have the Pisces moon Monday, Tuesday, very tiny bit of Wednesday. So it's going to be a Pisces Aries moon week. Okay. So we'll get ready for that. And I'll be doing my Leo new moon video soon, maybe early next week. I'm just busy this weekend. Tribe meeting, coffee talk, podcasts. I'm going to be on 3 different podcasts. I'm recording 2 and 1 will be live. I'll be with Lisa Salvatore, I think next Tuesday the 15th, talking about this Mercury retrograde energy. So I'm excited for that. Brilliant astrologer. So go, check us out over there. And I will post up those links. And make sure you sign up for my workshop webinar, helping to guide people and navigate the ascension and all this energy through the channeling and Akashic of Rebecca Vidanoff in the Akasha and Eric Taylor, BigEAstro through astrology and a birth chart. So it's going to be $44, 2 hours, 7 p.m. Eastern on Friday, August 1st. You don't want to miss it. It's going to be so much information and so much fun. Okay. So, the main thing about Sunday, we're in that decan. Venus and Jupiter are still in that semi-sextile. Venus is starting to move a little quicker now, 10 degrees. The Jupiter, it's going to be a little slower. Okay, it's going to stay at that 7 for a minute. And Mercury's doing its dance still. We're staying at 14. And the Mars. Okay. Mars in Virgo. So you have the Mars sextiling the Jupiter. And so that's your energy and your drive, in nice harmony with your wisdom, beliefs, and philosophies. You're dealing with Virgo and Cancer. It's definitely very feminine energy, and this can awaken the divine feminine a lot. But at the same time, it's, summertime. This is where it's like, maybe you're spending the summer with your grandma or auntie, and make sure you listen to them. I used to listen to my aunt every summer. She taught me a lot, so you could feel that energy. The Aquarius moon at 25, it is, let's see if it's trining anything. Oh, I forgot to tell you about this Lilith. Lilith is still doing its dance between Scorpio and Sag, and here it is in Scorpio, kind of hanging out conjunct to Juno. So there's a lot of emotional intensity and tapping into your pheromones and hormones about relationships. And Scorpio can be slow to trust, so you have to tread lightly with Scorpios. Give them time to open up and let them know that you can trust them with little things, because then they can open up and share bigger things. Right? They don't just commit right away. Them having sex with you is not a commitment. That is the way to learn you, Scorpios. Remember, Gemini and Leo are more sexual than Scorpios, but Scorpios don't like to waste time. They want to let's do the dance, because I want to see if I can vibrate with you on a soul level. But in terms of, they could sleep with you before they could tell you their life story or any intimacy about you. The sex is not always intimacy for Scorpio. It's that Bonnie and Clyde type love. I can trust you with my secrets, my private thoughts, feelings, and emotions. Very intense energy. Okay. And, that North Node being at 19 degrees, we're going to have a nice activation this week when the Pisces moon hits it. The Aquarius moon is not hitting anything in Gemini or Libra, okay? I guess you could say it's trining Spica. So a good opportunity to do something creative, maybe through automation, robotics, coding, AI, making graphics on Sunday. And Saturn is going retrograde. So now Saturn and Neptune are both retrograde. We're looking at 12, okay, and 9 a.m. Pacific. So this is where we've got to start to revisit our spiritual practices, our discipline. What's real? Are we being realistic with our independence? Is it realistic to think that you don't need anybody? Sometimes Aries likes to be the lone wolf. Well, no, we need groups. This Aquarius moon, Pluto is letting us know that like there's more power in the people united, especially with our intention, our energy, and our finances. You don't need to be in those streets, okay? And so this, like I said, that Pisces moon finishing up at 2 degrees, we're really going to tap in Sunday with this feeling of something's got to give. We need more revelation and truth. And that could be around Epstein, Trump, Israel, Palestine, Russia, Ukraine, freedom, liberation, more hostages released, just all of it. And figuring out the technology to help people with natural disaster warnings, things like that. So, but focus on the positive. And I know this is hard. I'm not telling you to love him, but pray for Trump and Vance. Pray for your leaders. Pray for Putin and Benjamin Netanyahu. Like, we've got to change people's hearts. So we've got to send love, vibration, frequency, and energy. I know it's like, it puts a dirty taste in your mouth, but like, you have got to realize that's where you show up and have your power with energy, intention, frequency, vibration, prayer. It moves. It moves. I'm a testament. You know how many people were praying for me while I was in coma? Thousands. And I felt it. Thousands praying for your boy. Worldwide. Okay? And that speaks to humanity, speaks to, who I am and how I have treated people my whole life. And I was teaching that to my boys. My wife, Alana, didn't have to cook one meal while I was in coma, thanks to my buddy, but getting the word out and people just contributing. Uber Eats and this card and that card, and it was helpful because she would have food delivered to the house while I was in a hospital and she had to drive back and forth. So the boys could get food and, not open the door, wait till they drop out the food and then you open the door, because they were home alone. It was a tough, thank you. Thank you. Thank you to Chris Bengus and Tall Rayside. Thank you to friends and family. Thank you. Thank you to Alana Taylor. People really held it down. People sent money. My boy Orrin Luke, it's so humbling. So humbling. So, and I love all my subscribers on YouTube that, send messages, and some people donated money, I think, to my Cash App. It brought me to tears when I saw that because, wifey didn't know about that stuff. So when I came home and awakened, then, I found it all, but she would have found it eventually, but, it was still a blessing. Because what people forget, I had to rebuild my family, my life, my business, but my wife wasn't working. She was at the hospital. There was no money, no nothing. And I'm still rebuilding, but I just did my blood work and I'm healthy. I'm doing good. Vitamin D, testosterone, blood, B12, this and that. I'm good. My heart, so about to be 55 and I'm good. 21 degrees, the sun. So, that is what, a Sag degree. Okay. And, you just want to walk into your beliefs. Spend time outside on Sunday. Hopefully it cools down. We had a heat wave. It's cooling down today to 106. I'm not sure about the weekend, but yeah, I hope you have a good one. And with Uranus and Gemini, be open to the change. It's coming. There's so many things changing. It's coming quick, fast, especially financially. I told you with the crypto. And breathe. Please breathe. You can put the tape over your mouth. That can help with breathing. Just put your head to the south or the east, and the castor oil in the belly button. You sleep better at night. Sleep like a baby. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. And yes, always check with your doctor. But I did stay at a Holiday Inn last night. Let me stop. All right, enjoy this energy. And this week we will experience the Sun, Moon, Water trine, which will be nice too. All right, Astro-Weather weekend. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, 11th to the 13th. Aquarius, Pisces moon. And un poquito Capricorn moon. All right, Big Astrology. Peace. Pew. That's it. Did you watch Cooper Flag last night? And Saturday, him and Dylan Harper played. Number one, the Mavericks and Spurs. Number one, number two pick. NBA Summer League. Got to finish my hot lemon water. I'll see you tonight at the tribe meeting. For my tribe members. It's really great, and I think next Sunday there's going to be a special tarot presentation and readings for you guys. We'll talk about that tonight and so much more. I'm so excited. Hope you sign up for Coffee Talk. 2 hours, $22. If you can't make it live, you could still pay the $22, receive the recording. And I just wish you all the best. You know, just remember, stay on the high vibration. Be conscious with your thoughts and your words. Try to speak kindly. I get on the boys about it all the time. To speak kind to one another. Think about freedom for everybody, for mankind, with the Aquarius moon this weekend. And think about how you can be free from the restrictions you place on yourself. With Saturn going retrograde on Saturday, along with Neptune, Mercury coming and Chiron coming and Pluto retrograde, we're going to be back with 5 planets and energies retrograde. And when you have that many, it's asking you, and especially 5, it's invoking for you to go back and make the corrections and changes. Change. Through shadow work, transformation, reprogramming the subconscious mind, deep introspection, make that change. You got to make the changes to make your life better, to build a new reality, a new earth, and new legacies. That's what this is all about. July is going to be marked as the month of introspection, shadow work, transformation, and change. Kind of rearrange or destroy to rebuild. All right. So enjoy this Cap Aquarius Pisces Moon weekend. And I hope I see you at Coffee Talk. Email me if you want to offer up your chart, eric@BigEAstrology.com. And yeah, happy birthday, Cancers. Much love. Salute to the tribe. Coffee Talk people. Can't wait. Eric Taylor, Big Astrology. You still can sign up for Coffee Talk. Email me or go to the website, BigEAstrology.com or eric@BigEAstrology.com. And check out my moon tracking service and my other services. Career, love, hater chart, business, unconscious soul chart. There's so much to explore. And the Saturn return. All right. Big Astrology. Enjoy the weekend. 11th, 12th, 13th. Astro-Weather weekend.